Actually, what I want to share straight away, I'm coming to that. This is a major turning point to the 21st century education. What I understood is earlier that traditional teaching was focused only on the teacher, and the teacher is sharing some knowledge, and the students are actually following some textbooks, and they're learning something, and the same way they're explaining something, whatever they memorize, that they're explaining to the note sheet, and they're getting the mark like one first rank or second rank. That was the evaluation process. Now I think this is giving more freedom to the teacher to share a holistic way of teaching learning process. So a lot of challenges are there, what I found in my root level of teaching learning process. Now it is mainly focused on experiential learning. Once again, I can clarify that earlier that even your human brain is considered a left brain and right side brain. Two part of the brain is considered. One side is for the numerical and learning and something, and other side is for the creative sensibilities, emotions, and that. So the NCF actually focusing a balanced way of education. We have to pull up both the areas, the creative areas along with the academic areas. So this is very interesting. I think these kind of revolutionary changes are happening only in this point of view. So I am extremely happy that I am working on art education. And I was also a little bit a tech part of this NCF art education in NEP 2020. I was also working with Pavan Sudhi madam and contributed some of my areas also. So mainly we are focusing on integrating art education to all subjects. So there is a lot of misunderstanding that how we can integrate mathematics to the art. Some people are telling that okay, art can be integrated with the early painting. I think it is not like that, because it is a way of approach how we can take a case study, a local case study. Based upon that, how we can implement it, how we can integrate mathematics for assessing that particular data, how it can be technology, whether it is required, then that particular technology can be opted for that. So music, the way of music, if you want to communicate something, music can be communicated for that particular topic. If it is suiting, then we can opt that one. Like that, physical education can be interpreted there. Like that, the scientific, if any experiments or any scientific approach is necessary, the science can be integrated over there. So if necessary, then the history can be integrated. So I think, instead of only one teacher in a classroom, the classroom dimension can be changed for what we can say, team of teachers can be joined together for learning a particular topic, so that fruitful discussions will come. So we are actually redefining the entire classroom situation, I think. And how far we can implement in the school education is still a question to me, because many of the teachers, they have to identify exactly what exactly they can do, the holistic approach and the pedagogical changes, how we can handle the teaching methodology. So again, that CBSE and other organizations, they're making the examination system is something different. So evaluation part also we have to change according to identify the 360 area of the student's talent, how the student is innovative, how the student is multi-talented. All this area we have to assess. So the present evaluation system should be otherwise we can say it can be changed according to a new way of evaluating the things. So if you follow the same existing method, then it is very difficult to implement this holistic or creative or innovative approaches towards a particular topic. And the time management, that is the main thing, because if you approach for any type of dramatic events or art integrated event, even music can be integrated, and sports can be integrated, puppetry can be integrated. So in that time, time factor is there. So how much time we are giving for a child to integrate all these things? The child needs to search something. So it is better, we can give a time management for this curriculum framework. It is very much essential. Then the use of multimedia. That is the teacher and the education head of the institution also need a lot of what we can say, in-depth knowledge about how to deal this creative approach of the particular subject. So if the head of the institution is not understanding the core principle of the NCF, then it is very difficult to manage to provide the infrastructure for the school, because teacher may be competent and some teachers may not be up to that level. So collecting all together and giving a very good infrastructure to students, and the freedom also we have to give the student, because some students may be a slow learning. Now we can see that, experiential learning also there, and like that, what we can say, irrespective of even handicapped or what many type of students are there, different learning capacities also there. So we have to collect all students together, and that is the major challenge in the classroom, because we have to wait for some students for getting the output. So outcome based learning, it is more important now, what outcome this child is producing. So that is more important. So I think the next section I will come back, because anyway, art integrated approaches are giving a lot of personality development, and ultimately the goal is, I say, it is going to be a lifelong process of learning. Instead of learning one day or a textbook or a poem, the child is getting a talent to learn the subject throughout the life, because we are giving such a very beautiful process for understanding a case study and what was the critical issues and what is the solution for that, how we can implement the things. So these are the 4 C's: communication and critical thinking and collaborative way of collecting all these solutions and implementing all these things. So communication and creative thinking and critical thinking and collaborative education, these all areas are actually connected for bringing out the outcomes. So I think 21st century demand this technological development. I don't think that if you give more technology, then it will be an addition to the students. They won't be getting much time to locate or understand the things what is coming to the local areas. And Professor Ramindra sir and other Suresh Babu sir also mentioned that there are some traditional art. So traditional art also, I got to the same opinion, because we have got a lot of traditions. So why we are learning tradition means based upon their local, to understand the local resources and how they identified the things, how they rectified some of the issues, how they built the construction, what type of mathematics they used for that. Instead of that, we are giving Himachal Pradesh things. So sometimes the child may not be knowing that how the things are happening there, because we are not going over there. Through the multimedia, someone is created some images, based upon that images and other things, we are following something. So it needs some type of experience to even, we can say, study tour or something like that, to see that place, to enjoy that situation. Then the child can be getting more the practical approach. They can imagine that, they can feel that what is going on there. So it is, after all, it is an based on experiential learning and outcome based evaluation. So it is actually, I think it is one of the golden time of Indian education, this turning point. If you use it in a proper way, maybe it need a lot of suggestions, and it required, because for the betterment. But it is, after all, it is an excellent turning point for Indian education. So that's what I felt. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this time to me.
Okay,